Good morning. This is Mark Bruno, editor-in-chief of the Cannata Report, and it's Friday, so that means we're here with Frank for Fridays with Frank. And before we bring Frank out, I just want to remind everybody to please like, share, comment, and if you have a question for Frank, don't hesitate to shoot us a note or a comment with a question. So Frank, good morning. I understand we have a special guest with us today.
Yes, we do. We have a very special guest and a longtime friend, Larry. We've known since he joined Toshiba when Rick Taylor was president, I think. I'm right with that. And watched him at that company, and now heading up the whole show. And he's done a great job. And it's certainly in the surveys, it points out every year how well he and his team are doing with the dealers. So welcome, Larry White, and good to see you.
Nice to see you, Frank. So I have to correct you. We go back before Rick. We go back when Brian Merriman was there. So when we've been around together that long, it's hard to remember that far back.
I had it in my mind that when Rick became president, he brought you in, but you were, yes, I recall, you were there already. Yeah, it's a lot of years. And, I think about, when I say we, the Cannata Report has been fortunate to have Toshiba as such a long time relationship. I mean, God, we go all the way back, and it's been incredible to be able to have a company like Toshiba every year. We can sit down and talk to you about what are we going to do together this year. Thank you, Larry. That's very important to all of us.
Well, thank you. And we appreciate our partnership and truly appreciate what you do for the dealer community. And you're a vital source of information, across the board for the dealers. And in your survey every year, it provides not only the dealers, but the manufacturers insightful information on, what the trends are in the marketplace and help us develop our business plans moving forward. So thank you for that.
Well, nothing happens unless we do something together. And that's so important. And one of the things that we have always experienced, and it's so interesting to me, the culture is so consistent that it's always pretty smooth. It really is. I can't think of any time we have a point where we just weren't on the same page. So thank you. I appreciate it very much. Larry, we want to take advantage of your visit this morning and kind of get your perspective on 2025 and where you think or where you would like Toshiba to focus on head and overall deal with the business as it is today going forward.
Yeah, I think 2025 is going to be a continuation of kind of the key word that amongst all dealers and manufacturers, for that matter, is how do you diversify, right? What are as print continues to decline, although I am still really bullish, and I'll kind of go into that a little bit later, but it's inevitable that you do have to diversify your business, and if we're going to remain a viable entity. So it is. I'll talk about what we're doing at Toshiba, and we see the growth areas and how well we're doing in that. But let's start talking about print first off, right? So print, there's no question it's declining, but however, print is still an 81 billion global market opportunity. And so let's compare that to other industries out there. So EV technology is about an $81 billion market, global market opportunity, as well as cloud infrastructure, or even AI right now. So we have to look at what that opportunity out there, and that there is still a huge amount of opportunity available to us. It's a matter of taking advantage of it. Now, what we want to do in our print side is continue to take market share, and how we're doing in that is over the last 2 years, we have grown our market share more than any other company in the marketplace, and not by a little bit, by a lot. In fact, I don't think there's another company, maybe one, that's actually grown their market share for 2 consecutive years. So that's, we're pretty proud of that. So it's one thing when you have a technology and you're riding a wave, be successful, but when you're able to buck the trend can be successful is to me is even more impressive. And I've got to thank my team for being able to do that. So that's our core area. The kind of around that is our managed print as a service business, which is kind of a very digitally transformed MPS program, and we're growing that at a pretty good rate. Last year we grew that at 9.5%, which is good. Our printer MIF increased by 6.5%, which is also pretty good. Again, that's bucking the trend that's out there amongst the industry. And so we're going to continue, focus on those two areas. And the key reason for that is to support our growth areas. Now let's talk about that. So the first growth area I'm really proud of what we're doing. This is in our software solutions area. Right. So it's business built around output management, content management, intelligent capture, workflow, things like that, that are not only near the MFP or connected to the MFP, but also away from the MFP, which I think is of critical importance also. So how are we doing in that area? So last year we grew that business 37%, which is really good. What I'm really kind of most proud of in that space is because we're a publicly traded company, our cloud revenue, we have to defer that revenue. So our deferred revenue in the solution space is now greater than what the total amount of our revenue in our solution space is. So if that was an independent business, that deferred revenue is greater than the entire revenue that it's generating. And what that means is I've got a great annuity stream building up for years for me. So that's one thing I love most about that business. And it's very applicable to what dealers have with the service business, right? You sell an MFP, and then you've got the years and years of annuity revenue coming in. So that's the advantage that we see with solutions. So, how are we doing with the dealers on that? Dealers are, I think, there's some dealers that are really, really good at it. And I think a lot of those dealers, Frank, yourself. There's some dealers that are kind of dipping their toe in the water. And what our objective is to help those dealers that are kind of just dipping their toe into it, help them get to the next level. So for our dealer community, we have what's called a solutions immersion program, where a dealer signs up, and it's a boot camp on solutions. And so we teach them about solutions. We tell them how to do solutions, or how we do solutions. I think we do a pretty good job of it. And then we follow that up on a calendarized basis, where we have somebody in there basically every week helping them sell solutions. So we're teaching them how to do it. And so they can become proficient at it within their organization. And once they've reached that proficiency stage, it's like sending your kid off to college. They're off on their own, and now they're doing a great job on their own. So that's kind of what we're doing on that side.